The definitive image of what Britain, England, the United Kingdom looks like, or looked like. People think the same thing that we think when we look at King Henry VIII. Actually, when we look at all periods of British history, starting from, we're gonna go back far, we're gonna go the furthest we can go back. Has anyone got any tissue, please? I'm sweating profusely up here. This is a very important quote, and it helps us to start breaking apart this narrative. And I haven't gotten to the narrative yet because I'm building it up. Like a nice cliffhanger, I'm building it up. This is a famous image of him, or Queen Elizabeth. And in here you can see her hands on the globe. What does that mean? You can see her ships in the background. What does that mean? Taken in isolation, this represents it. But that advice that you give is always the hardest thing. I think one of the first things is to arm yourself. We're not talking about any revolution or anything like that here. We're talking about arm yourself with information. The difference that an expert and a non-expert, the only thing that they're maker, we've got someone who was married, sufficient means, we've got a salvage diver, and there are many others. This is all we have space on this presentation for. Slave, and actually he must be someone with sufficient means, a free man, someone who is believed testimony, yeah? Someone who's a good representation, a good reputation, good enough to be given evidence in a English court of law. We've got the reasonable black man. He was married and therefore had sufficient means to support a family. And it's suggested that he made costumes for theatres in the area. And we've got Deirdre Joanka. He was the king of King Kadabar, rule over kingdom in modern day Liberia. This type of imagery, 15th, 16th century, usually denotes that the person is a Moor, so non-Christian. It's important we know this because we will see many people like John Blank in medieval and early modern symbolism and art history. We see many people like this. He's in the middle of this Westminster Tournament Row. This was a week of feasting and games that Henry VIII put on to celebrate with them. Some people disagree with him, so they're constantly battling, right? So there's some people that completely refute his numbers. There's some people that agree with his numbers. That's not important in of itself. It's an estimate. How many of us travel somewhere, our TomTom, our Waze or whatever we use, says there's 2 items in Danish raiders from 700 CE, and we know this because of the grave goods that were found, but also the people that were in these graves. When DNA analysis have looked at them, they have African descent. In 1596,